Greetings to everyone, it's me Thales. This is my channel about English language. I have many different playlists for you to watch and more than 500 videos available, from basic to advanced. How my channel works. We have 5 playlists, right? 2 of them English grammar, basic grammar and intermediate advanced grammar. Basic vocab and advanced idioms vocab, and business English. My basic playlists, they have explanations in Portuguese, right? So they are aimed at beginners, whereas intermediate advanced or advanced playlists, they are English only, such as this one, right? This is a video from intermediate advanced grammar. I have been recording this playlist since the beginning of last year, and we have just only in this playlist more than 230 videos available, so it's a lot of content for you to watch. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel, share the content with your friends. This is an amateur channel, as you know, right? I'm just using my cell phone and myself, right? I record my own videos. I don't edit my videos. So I apologize in advance for any different noise or if the cell phone trembles or shakes a little, but you know, it's just me. I'm not a cam recorder professional, right? Okay, so let's get into it. Let's begin. All right, today we will begin talking about though, although, even though, right? Let's understand the meaning in context, of course. But before I explain these terms, it's important to understand the pronunciation, right? Don't mix it with the verb think. You have the verb to think, right? The simple past is thought. Thought is the simple past of the verb think. You also have the preposition through. You can, you know, there is also this, a preposition throughout, through or throughout. Okay, so it's different. I'm talking about though, although, even though, okay? Although it rained during the show, I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, so let's understand. Although it rained during the show, so here we are showing a situation or an event expressing adversity, right? Despite something having happened, I had a good experience. So I enjoyed the show, okay? I went to a show and I enjoyed it a lot. Here it's saying that although it rained during the show, the rain could have turned this experience into a bad one, but it didn't. Okay? So you have this. It's the same, right? It's like a but. Although it's like a but, okay? I enjoyed the show a lot, but it rained. I didn't enjoy the rain, but it didn't affect my experience during the show. All right, so I can use although. I can also use in spite of or despite. When I say Despite the rain, I enjoyed the show. Despite the rain, or in spite of the rain. It also has the same meaning, okay? But when we use although, in general, we have a subject and a verb, okay? Although it rained. We have a subject here, it, the pronoun it, and we have the verb to rain, which is a regular verb, which is added by ed. It's a regular one, okay? I could say, for example, in spite of the rain, I enjoyed my vacations. Okay, so I went on vacations, I traveled, and despite the rain, or I could say in spite of the rain. But when I say, if I want to use, if I wanted to use although, I would have to change the sentence structure, okay? Although it rained, I would have to use a pronoun plus a verb, okay? When we when we studied verbs with ing, you know, ing is used for continuous, such as present continuous, past continuous. I say, for example, I am studying English right now with you, okay? I could say, for example, in spite of having the right qualifications, I didn't get the job. And some videos ago, right, I talked about prepositions, right? I explored how to use verbs after prepositions. When we have a preposition, this is of, okay? When we have a preposition, after prepositions, and we have verbs, the verbs have, they have to be followed by ing. So here I'm saying, in spite of having. And this is not continuous, right? It's just because after prepositions, if it's a rule to use ing. Here we have two clauses. Let's explore first this one. I didn't get the job, okay? So I applied for a job. I was expecting, I had high expectations to get a job, but I wasn't able to get the job. I didn't get the job in spite of having the right qualifications. So, when you have the right qualifications, a natural way, right, of thinking about it, it's logical that it's more likely, you are more likely to get the job. You know, there are many variables involved, right? It's not just about qualification. It's about affinity. It's about who you know, if you know the right people. So in spite of having the right qualifications, I could write the sentence, despite having It would also be correct despite having the right qualifications, because despite is a preposition as well. So despite having, but when you use despite, you don't use preposition of, okay? So you drop the preposition of here. You just use despite and the verb with ing. But when you use in spite of having or despite having, all right? It's not difficult, is it? What do you think about it? Now, let's compare some expressions, right? You know, when we say despite is the same, or in spite of. They are both used in the same situations, but as I said, when we have in spite of, we use a preposition and a verb with ing. And when we use despite, it's not necessary to use a structure with a verb with ing, okay? He wasn't feeling well, but despite this, he traveled today. He wasn't feeling well, okay? So for some reason, I don't know what he has, but he wasn't feeling well. Wasn't, which is the simple past of the verb to be. But despite this fact, what is this talking about? This refers to the fact that he wasn't feeling well, right? This, or the fact that he wasn't feeling well, despite this fact, he traveled today. You see? So you can use despite this, despite that, despite the fact that he wasn't feeling well, he traveled anyway, right? He didn't follow my recommendations and he traveled anyway. So despite the fact that, you know, it's a longer sentence, but it's correct. You can say despite the fact that something, or despite this, despite that, okay? You don't say despite of this, no, despite this, right? So pay attention to this. When you use despite this, preposition is not required, right? A preposition of is not required, and it's wrong if you do so. So pay attention. In spite of what I said, I'm not mad at you. In despite of what I said, right, I was nervous, right, I was mad at you, and I said some harsh words, I cursed you, you know. We had a quarrel, right, a quarrel. We had a terrible argument, but in spite of what I said, so I'm saying is, forget what I said, right? Don't worry. I know I said, but I'm not mad at you. I want you to change the impression that I'm mad at you, or that I don't want to talk with you anymore, right? Let me see what else. When we talked about although, you know, although has the same meaning or similar meaning as but, because we are showing different ideas, opposite logic ideas, right? Logical ideas. I went out although it was raining. I went out although it was raining, or I went out although it was late at night. Yeah, do you like to go out late at night? It's not advisable. If you live in a big city such as Rio or São Paulo, it's not advisable for you to go out late at night. Yeah, it's dangerous. So I went out although it was late at night. So despite being late, so you can say like this, right? Despite being late at night, I went out. There are many ways of making a sentence, right? You can change the order of the sentences, of the clauses. Despite being late at night, I went out. Or I could say, I went out despite being late, right? At night. But when I say, I didn't go out because it was late. What's the difference? When you say that you didn't do something because of something else, right? Something happened and then you decided not to do it. It's like a cause-consequence, cause and effect. Or the reason, the root of the problem. It was late, okay? So that was the reason why I didn't go out. But when I say that I went out although it was late at night, it means that I ignored the fact that it was late at night. I don't mind going out late at night. So it doesn't matter whether it was late or not. I went out anyway. Okay? Yes. Okay, we haven't finished talking about it yet. I guess I will make another video comparing these expressions, but I guess you got the idea. Hope to see you next video until part 2, okay? Remember, my videos sometimes they have part 1, part 2. It depends on the topic, right? Some topics they require more content than others. And don't forget to use the search here. I have all channels, they have the search button. You just click here and you type the word you want to look for. For example, I want to study about past tense in English. So here you see all videos I have recorded that involves the word past, right? Either in the highlight of the video or maybe inside the topic. For example, irregular verbs, right? This is a basic video recorded in Portuguese and I have tagged this video. It was 10 months ago already. You see? Wow. Time during pandemic flies, right? Don't you think? Okay, so it's very easy, very straightforward. You can navigate throughout my playlists: Business English, Advanced Idioms, Vocab, Basic Grammar, Grammar for Beginners, and Intermediate Advanced videos. You see, many videos available, more than 500 videos. So, I hope you join this project, share the content with your friends. It's 100% free, and I hope I I may be able to help as many people as possible. Many people enjoy watching my videos and they give me feedback sometimes. Bye bye, see you next time.